Well, hello and welcome. Today we're going to put the finishing touches on this painting. There's a ton of stuff to do, so let's get started. On my palette I have some phthalo green and some olive green, and I mixed them together. What that does is give me a nice dark green shade. So I'm going to load up the fan brush. Just put a little bit on the fan brush like this. We'll go over to here because I know it's pretty heavy, so we'll try it out and see what it looks like. When you're using the fan brush, you can just use the very little end of it just to create little groups of needles. Since these are pine trees, I guess we're going to put some needles on this thing today. When you're putting the green on, always make sure you leave some of the sky show through. That's very important. I'm going to take a minute and finish putting these trees in. Sometimes I'll take the fan brush and just work it back and forth like this a little bit. On like a crescent, and then bring the crescent up this way. Bring it up that way. I'll zoom in so you can take a look at that one. Sometimes you get different effects with the brush. I'll take the brush and put it on the painting in just an upstroke like this. Just take it and go like that. And then take a corner of it, go like that. And then some of the brush is where it's not together, it's all apart. I'll take that area right there and just make little things like that. That way, if you want to isolate a little branch here or there, you could just take a little bit, just put it on there just like that. Now what I'm doing is I'm really loading up the brush with the green. I'm just piling it on. Then in just where the canopy is the thickest, I'm just going to take that brush and just unload that paint right up in there. I'm taking the brush and pushing it right up in, just like that. And that extra paint, once again, that just gives you that texture. Just taking it and just throwing it right in there. I like a lot of paint on the canvas. And the reason why I like a lot of paint on it, it just gives it another dimension. When you're hanging it on the wall and when you look at it, it's not a flat surface. It's got a lot of little movements on it. So when the light hits it in different angles, it makes the painting look a little better. So I'm almost done with the trees here, so I'm going to finish putting this large amount of paint on. Alright, that works for me. Now let's go ahead and get this foreground done. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I have some of the same colors for the foreground like I did before. I have some burnt sienna, some black, some brown, some yellow, some white. We're going to go and mix a whole bunch of different colors and start to put some grass around the trees. So I'm going to take a little green, a little burnt sienna, a little black. I'm just going to go to the tree and just put small little brush strokes around the tree. Just take the brush and just tap it with all them different colors just like that. What that does is it helps tie the tree to the foreground. What I did is I took some thinner with that same mixture, and what that does is that'll allow you to put little grass areas in. Go over by this tree, just dragging the brush up like that. What I'll do is I'll zoom in so you can get a better look at that. Just take your little brush and just make little movements like this. Just wee little strokes. Something like that. When you're putting your grassy areas in, the ones furthest away are going to be the smallest. So when you get closer, you can take your little grassy areas and make them a little larger. Just put little groups, a little here, wherever you think they might be. And then after you get some of these put in, you can put in like little branches and twigs. Some are in the shade, some are in the light, so you have to be concerned about where there's any light hitting them or not. I'll zoom in so you can get a better look at it. All you're doing is just putting little lines in, just little strokes like this. Okay, I got all the little dark areas in. I'm going to take some white and some burnt sienna. Just go in and just put in little twigs. So now we're going to put some grassy areas in. So I took a little green, a little yellow, a little white. And where the sun is hitting it, just put wee little strokes like that. That may be a little bright. Tone it down just a little bit, maybe a little black. So just go into your painting, and wherever you think there's a little patch of grass, just go ahead and put them in. What I'm doing now is I'm taking the black on a very small brush like this. I'm loading it up, and in the close foreground area, I'm just taking the brush, just putting little lines of black, extra black paint in the dark area, and that gives you an illusion of branches and twigs. Although it's the same color, because the paint's a little thicker, when the painting hangs on the wall, the light from different angles will pick up on those little clumps of paint. I'm just going to let the brush dance around on the canvas and let the little chunks of paint fall where they may. And the closer you get to the lighthouse, the smaller the little chunks of paint are going to be. Well gang, this painting's done. The next video will be the start to finish in under 2 minutes. I don't know if I can get away with this one or not, but we'll give it a shot. So, thanks for watching and take care.